Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. I apologize if you're tuning in now. The wonderful world of Zoom wanted to update, and you know how much fun that is. So, we are here, we are live, we are ready to rumble. Today is an exciting day. I wanted to bring you some proper time because this is the Frequency of Abundance group. And 7 days a week, every single day, even if we're a couple minutes late, apologies, we're going to be bringing you some of the most unique talks. Whether I'll be doing some of them, whether we'll be interviewing people, whether we'll have other experts from multiple industries give a shared talk and a real focus on what it is that they are able to give and make special and magical back to the world. So, in this context for today, I would like to make sure you know you can ask questions, pop them into the chat. I'll be giving you some information there as well, so you can always reach out to me. If you don't know who I am, my name is Natan Verhovsky. I'm the founder of Allura Creative Agency. We are a very unique boutique event production and promotion house. So what we do is bring whales to very one-of-a-kind events and then co-host them to blow a dog whistle to your target audience. If you're hunting C-suite leaders, executives, we also build private and paid communities for you and make sure that talks like this happen so that you have availability and accessibility to whatever you're looking for. Now, in this context for today, I will also put in the chat. There we go. So the LinkedIn group that I want to tell you about, that is the Frequency of Abundance group. It is free. Welcome for everyone to join. And I wanted to make sure that you knew that it was a personal invitation for you. So all the content that you see now, everything from the past, a bunch of really, really cool leadership roundtable series and a whole bunch of other stuff that you may not have even available. We also have a small private paid community. It's very inexpensive, but it gives you a chance to mix and mingle, to go through some interesting group coaching, to have access to really, really fun stuff from the past and cool new stuff that we're doing every day, including today. 7 days in the Frequency of Abundance group. So from motivational Mondays all the way up to fearless Fridays and successful Saturdays. And you guessed it, for today, self-care and reflection on Sunday. Why is that going to be so important for us? Let's get the party started. Now, it could be a beautiful Sunday morning. You wake up, soft sunlight, a cup of tea or coffee, have that moment of stillness. That's what self-care should mean to you. Sunday morning and self-care, because it's connected. You know, if you listen to rap, that famous Mac Miller song called Self-Care, he says, self-care, I'm treating me right, you know, and you really have to focus on that because if you don't, who will? When we look at dedicating Sundays to self-care and why it's essential, it's so that you can recharge emotionally, mentally, physically. And it's important when you're reflecting because you want to reflect on a set day, a set time. Sunday's a great one. Sunday will give you a perspective because it lets you review the past week. You can identify big and small little victories, learn from any setbacks that came up, but it's also an opportunity to align with intentions for the week ahead. So if you're going to be journaling or, you know, listening to some of the people that you speak to, get those highlights out. Any lessons that you might have learned, any moments of gratitude that you might have had. Figure out some sort of a mindfulness practice, like dedicating 10 minutes to guided meditation focused on reflection. And you should be asking yourself some questions to consider. What moments brought me joy? What drained my energy? How can I adjust? What am I most grateful for this week? You know, and you let these thoughts mull. Saturday, we did a great session called Let it take whatever time is necessary. And this is one of those that if you're looking for active patience, where you let things come to you, you need to be in that soft, receptive state for it. So even the word Sunday, it's an old English word, I'll butcher it, but it's Sanundeag, meaning day of the sun, and symbolizes illumination and clarity. And it's a perfect metaphor for reflection. So let's talk some techniques, some relaxation techniques. You all know that I'm in the science of relaxation. If we share how relaxation is going to be, scientific in that sense, reduce cortisol levels, improves your heart health, enhances your mood, then we can mention that passive, like you're scrolling through media, watching TV, and then active relaxation, yoga, nature walks, or deep breathing. So think about that relaxation, but active relaxation. You're not passively sitting back and trying to just chill. You're actively focusing, which sounds contrary to relaxation, but you can focus on active relaxation, the nature walks, the yoga, deep breathing, martial art katas, if you're so inclined. There's so many different ways to play. So be creative, get some outlets for yourself. You want painting, knitting, adult coloring books. Those can be hilarious. I saw one for the holidays and it was tons of swears and it was colorful and like very tongue in cheek, but for people that don't like coloring books or the holidays. Perfect. Those are a great example of a focused creative time, which can lead to a beautifully active relaxation. Um, Nature connection, walking in the park, even mindful gardening, also a good idea. The ability to find that time in that space, you might want to have a digital detox where you, you know, encourage taking a couple hours away from the screens, really truly unplug. And it's important that, even studies show that people who dedicate time to self care, especially on the weekends, are more productive and less stressed during the week. So it's a definite trade off where you give up some of your Sunday to actively relax, knowing that you're going to be more productive and even happier in the week. And isn't that something? Now, if we want to, and I won't keep you long on Sunday, I'm going to give you lots of tidbits, lots of action items, lots of blessed homework if you want to look at it that way. But where I want you to focus on is creating a Sunday ritual. You know why rituals matter. It gives a certain structure, right? Like if we're using it for self-care, then a ritual is going to give structure to the self-care. It makes it a sustainable habit. So look at today as a simple example. I'm a few minutes late. Could have been like, oh, forget it. Or who's watching, or oh, I missed it, or any of these other self-imposed limiting beliefs. But I have a sustainable habit. Every day I come and I broadcast. Because of that, it gives structure to it. And thus I have a ritual. Now, you can make it as simple or as elaborate as you want, but you should include activities that nurture your mind, your body, and your soul. So some things may be spiritual, whether you're religious or spiritual or any practice on that entire spectrum therein. Um, you also want to take a look at physical, like we talked about, so that your body feels moved and grooved. It's a wonderful winter season upon us. Maybe don't pay for the snow removal service this year. Maybe do a little shovel. Get some exercise for your body. And then know that the mind, when you give it those blank, empty spaces and don't demand upon it whatever it is that you normally would, you give it that space to relax and reflect and think about things. Well, it's always thinking about things that you're not thinking about consciously, but the ability to bring some of that to the foreground and off the back burner of your mind, to the front of your mind, to even top of mind. Those are the times to do that. So mind, body, and soul, be as elaborate or as simple as you like, but include activities that do all three. So you can start your day with gratitude, affirmation, or prayer. You can indulge in self-care, face mask, long bath with Epsom salts. You can manicure, pedicure. You can manscape. You can groom. You can do whatever you want to do. But know that looking at you and treating you right is so important. And end the day with the light planning or even a little intention setting for the week. We had a wonderful talk the other day called Setting Intentions. So look to us. Know that on the LinkedIn group, that's where we keep all of these wonderful talks, and you can have access to every single one of them. If you wanted to go back or see new stuff or extra exclusive stuff or meet and greet some peeps, got to come join us in our community. So go to LinkedIn, literally type in the Frequency of Abundance under groups. You'll find us. We're right there. Love to have you. Say hi. Now, if we're wrapping up the day and we're looking at, in many cultures, Sundays are historically associated with rest and spiritual reflection, a tradition that's going to align perfectly with self care. So it's supportive for you. It's not just you against common logic in the world and this doesn't make sense, but I know I have to do it. No, this is good and you'll feel good about it and it'll make sense and it'll encourage you to do so. So I want to remind you guys, self care isn't selfish, it's necessary. And I encourage you to explore ways that truly relax you and see if you can find some ways that truly recharge you. And that's why Sundays are rest and relaxation, but it's a restorative way to go. So I will give you an opportunity. Here, I'll put this in the chat. Here we go. That was LinkedIn group. So grab yourself a complimentary time with me. Let me put my contact info in the chat. Love to say hi. There you go. And let me pop back in on design. So we can get funky. Check out this background. And voila. Isn't that neat? We get to have some fun. Play it up on tons of different things. Ooh, and we'll even try a Christmas font. There you go. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy New Year. Kwanzaa, Happy Hanukkah, Ramadan, whatever you celebrate or don't. It's a blessing to be here with each and every one of you. Now, let me go here. Oh, that's even harder to read. Ha, I love it. The questioning. So if you want anything, you've got questions and answers. I'm going to ask you to stay tuned and see you on my next streams. Tomorrow, a whole beautiful new week opens up. And as always, we've got Motivational Mondays. So Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, I am your man, and this is the place to be. On the weekends, I'll let you sleep in and relax a bit. So we'll give you till 1 in the afternoon, unless, Zoom wants you to stick around a bit while it refreshes, and then it's 1:03 or whatever. In the meantime, let me leave you with a quote. This is from Anne Lamott, and she says, almost everything will work again if you unplug it for a few minutes, including you. So I invite you to explore, indulge, find ways to rest, find ways to relax, recharge, and then when you're ready, and you're ready to rip apart the new week and give her, reach out to me and say hi. We'd love to connect.